I'm sort of between things right now. It worked out since Beckett needed someone to come out here with him. I see. I got the feeling he really did see, and that was unnerving. I can't dump Beckett with some unknown guy and then go away whistling a happy tune. I can't. The lawyer, Shelby's lawyer, didn't think you'd go for it, but I had to come out and ask in person. I need to be a part of his life. He loves me, and I love him. I really don't think Shelby Ann would have wanted him to be completely out of my life. Right. That's why she made me his guardian. I blew out a breath. Yeah, okay. But so you're clear, she only did that after she heard you had money. She was like that. He nodded. What is it you do for a career out in L.A.? I'm an actress. My face burned. It sounded so stupid standing there in a parking garage in D.C. It's what they said in all the classes. Manifest yourself into the career you want, or something like that. So I never said I was an aspiring actress. I tried to claim it so that it would be true. It hadn't worked, yet, but I was still giving it a shot. Been in anything I'd know? He didn't even bother to hide his derision. Look, I haven't landed any gigs yet, okay? I wait tables, I run errands, sometimes I do food delivery. I make it work. I'd figure out how to provide for Beckett. You don't need to worry about that. No, I don't, because he's staying here with me. He needs a stable home, and I can provide that. But, Scott held up a finger as I opened my mouth to object. I have a proposition. I'm listening. I crossed my arms. He didn't seem like the kind of guy who meant what most of the guys in LA bars meant when they used the word proposition. And we were in a public place. I could scream, or run and scream at the same time if it came to that. That phone call was my last lead for a preschool. They're full, but he's on the waiting list. Number 22. He shook his head, and his gaze raked over me from head to toe. How do you feel about being a nanny?
I could have kicked myself the minute the words left my mouth. But the truth was, I was desperate. Prayer with the guys had left me settled. Peaceful. I knew in my heart that taking Beckett on was the thing God wanted me to do right now. So, I was confident he'd work out how I was supposed to manage working full-time with a toddler. And that phone call had jarred me, because, hello, God was supposed to provide care for the kid while I went to work, which was why, somewhere in my clearly non-functional brain, I'd come up with the decision to ask Whitney Hall to be his nanny. I held my breath. Maybe she'd say no. Please, Jesus, there has to be another option out there. I can do that. She grinned at me, her green eyes lighting up like Christmas. I don't know a lot about the contract side of things, but I know how to take care of Beckett. This is perfect. I forced a smile and hoped it didn't look as nauseated as I felt. Great. Well, get in the car then, I guess, and we'll head home. Home. I smacked myself in the forehead. You okay? Whitney looked across the top of the car at me, obviously concerned. Yeah, sure. Just forgot something. I opened my car door and slid behind the wheel. I waited until she was in and buckled up before starting the car. I'd planned to put Beckett in the little office space of my apartment. He was 3, so it wasn't like he needed a ton of space. I'd found a toddler bed and dresser and had set it up as best as I could. What sorts of things would you want me to do as a nanny? I mean, obviously take care of Beckett, but I can cook pretty well, so if you don't have other staff that already handles dinner, I don't mind adding that on. I could even do some cleaning. Beckett always helped around my place in LA and thought it was fun. I'm just saying, I don't mind handling some other chores if you need me to. I looked over at her. She was grinning at me like I'd just given her winning lotto numbers. Who knew? Maybe to her this was the same thing. The life of a wannabe actress in Los Angeles had to be pretty tight financially.